like what the Honorable Ministers highlighted in the morning, Zimbabwe is a country that is on the rise. IMF figures, they confirm so, that the country is really growing, the economy is growing. There's a mushrooming opportunities all over the length and breadth of the economy. And our estimated GDP of late is around 45 billion. And we are fast moving closer to becoming an upper middle income countries as measured by GDP per capita. So I've got these two distinguished leaders in Zimbabwe. Prof, you lead the biggest university in Zimbabwe, and perhaps also the oldest, meaning to say you have learned as an institution over these years. You have also been observing how the Zim economy is evolving. My question to you would therefore be, what role do you see the university continuing to play in shaping the Zimbabwe economic development discourse? And what opportunities does the university present to the multitude of Zimbabweans that are living and working in the diaspora?
Thank you very much, Mr. Gundani, and good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I would say, I want to start by saying the transformation that the country is undergoing should create lots of opportunities for us. And as we sit here, we're discussing opportunities. And that means the country is resetting in its transformation. It's new, there's a new demand for systems, new demand for knowledge, new demand for technologies, and also new demand for envisioning the future. And for that to happen, the university sits in a strategic position to inform all that transformation. We cannot be serviced by the same old thinking we had, by the same old skills we had, by the same levels of knowledge we had previously. We have to come in with new approaches to development. And as the country seeks to industrialize, produce goods and services, it means the university is required more than before. Everything that we do should be centered on the new wave of knowledge. And this is how the university is positioning itself and seeing the future in positioning itself. We have changed the way we conduct our education. We've changed the whole education philosophy, as was pronounced already by government. The government introduced the new education 5.0 philosophy. This education is now taking us away from theory to practice. It's taking us away from people who are educated to follow, to people who are educated to critically think and chart their own new trajectory for development. So to just say what is there for the university, what does the university provide for people in the diaspora? What we are providing a new set of skills that we are building for people to say, when you want to invest, the first form of insurance is to have people who have the data, who can search the market for you, conduct the research for you in terms of feasibility of your businesses, and provide you technical backstopping on the businesses you want to do so that you don't second guess. This is not the time when you are asking a relative on whether it's profitable or not profitable to do a certain type of business. You have to ask established institutions using data to say, is this business viable or not viable? Do we have the future in this business or not? And that is the bigger role of the university. And providing you with critical skills in terms of human capital to work on your businesses. I think that's what I can say for now.
Thank you, Professor Mapfumo, for that elaborate explanation. Doc, let me come to you. We have heard of this mantra, Zimbabwe is open for business, for a long period of time. But one major concern of an investor, whether it's a Zim diaspora or is a total foreigner coming to put his money into Zimbabwe, is the security of his investment. And I know that you're a legal practitioner and you do facilitate some of these transactions. How safe is people's money in Zimbabwe? How safe is people's investment in Zimbabwe? How easy is it also to repatriate your money should you wish to do so at any given point in time?
Thank you. It is an honor to be making this presentation. I don't know if you can hear me. Okay. I should speak up. Okay. It is an honor to be making the presentation, and I would like to confirm what Chief has said here, that indeed Zimbabwe is open for business, and as legal practitioners at Robertson Law Chambers, we make it happen for investors. So investments are very safe because we now have a protection that comes from ZIDA. There is ZIDA, which is an agency that assists any investment that comes to Zimbabwe, and as lawyers now, our role is to make sure that we do the due diligence for the investor. We have portfolios of opportunities that are in Zimbabwe. For example, I can say we have a portfolio in real estate. So if an investor is coming to invest in Zimbabwe, you are required to then, if you are going to join that company or organization dealing with real estate, you are required to enter into a joint venture. So that's where our security starts. Because when you are entering into that joint venture, you are going to register a company under that joint venture. That joint venture is registered with ZIDA. It means all the authorities in Zimbabwe, you also be assisted to make your registrations for NASA, for ZIMRA. And now when we come to repatriation of your debentures, as we would call them, because now we are saying you are shareholders and you are a partner to the joint venture. ZIDA will assist with the registration that is required with the Reserve Bank of Zimbabwe, so your investment is very safe. It also protects the currency in which you would have entered into your joint venture. Let's say you are going to use pounds or you are going to use US dollars as the currency for your project. That is going to be cushioned through the registrations with ZIDA. So we actually advise any investor not to just do things underhand, but to do the proper investments. That way you are going to be protected, your investment is going to be protected, and you'll be able to move your money from Zimbabwe to the UK safely. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Doc. As a follow-up to that question, the Zimbabweans in the UK perhaps would want lead knowledge on what are the low-hanging fruits. If they've got their monies, where would you recommend that they invest? Is it in agriculture? Is it in mining? We hear that there are opportunities everywhere. but perhaps what are the top 3 areas which would recommend a diasporan who would walk into Dr. Robertson chambers and say, hey, I've got my $1 million. Where can I put this?
Thank you. The first area I would recommend one to invest in is mining. Because with mining, we are speaking of very fast and very quick returns. We are talking of one joining an already existing mine. Some of them, you are talking of people who just need equipment. You are talking of people who just need maybe a milling plant, sorry. So when you come and join such a mine, it means there's money being made already by those on the ground. You are just coming to expand the processes that they are already doing. So it's quick money, very fast returns, and at A. Robertson Law Chambers, we actually assist you to gain value on the mining, because we will assist you to go to Fidelity to do the assaying. We will also assist you to do the export if you are going to export the gold. For example, those who are doing gold mining, who are interested in gold mining, we also assist with exporting the gold to any country in the world through the Fidelity, and that is done legally because there's an export license for that. Secondly, I will speak of real estate like everyone is saying, but I would want you to not really focus on the residential areas. I would want you to focus on the commercial aspect as well, because with the commercial side, you are going to realize money faster as well. And then on the third aspect, I would speak of manufacturing, and this is quite broad. Manufacturing will come with companies with steel manufacturing projects. They already have off-taker agreements, which means when you enter in such a field or enter in such a joint venture, you are simply putting in your money. These guys are already manufacturing. They already have clients for those projects as well. So I would advise you to enter into manufacturing, especially with projects that already are in the process of manufacturing in whatever sector they are, and those that already have off-takers. And at A. Robertson Law Chambers, we do have a portfolio of a number of projects in the manufacturing field. And maybe just to mention one success story, if you go on the internet and search Mureza Auto Company, it's the first black-owned car manufacturing company in Zimbabwe, some say in Africa, and it's owned by a very young gentleman called Tatenda Mureza. A. Robertson Law Chambers actually assisted them from the inception of the company. So it's very possible. Now we are no longer looking for investors because they are already manufacturing. But it's just a success story to show you that when you invest into something in Zimbabwe and you are serious about it, you will make money and it will be a success.
Thank you, Doc. Prof, let's come back to you. I know for a fact that you are producing a number of innovations at the university, which are also leading to a number of startups. Is there opportunity for Zim diasporans to invest in those startups? Then my follow-up question to that as well is, you've got these guys who have been living and working in the diaspora, some for as long as over 20 years. And they've amassed different levels of skills and knowledge. And some of them would wish one day to impart this knowledge to their kith and kin back home. Does the university have a window of opportunity, let's say when they come for vacation in December and January, or during the semester terms, to perhaps get an opportunity maybe to do public lectures or to come and teach at the university?
Thanks very much for those relevant questions. I think the first one, I just want to say the new education system, the Education 5.0 we are having, which is heritage-based, tries to produce people who can make goods and services. If you want to make money, you make something. You provide a good or a service. So initially, our students would be trained to work and just be employees. So we've changed that system. We say you should be able to make a good or a service. There's something that you should uniquely provide to the market, which would then in turn make you marketable. So we are registering new types of companies. These are startup companies. Some are owned by the students themselves, so they have become young directors of companies. We also have wholly owned university companies that we have registered that are producing now. But we have established what we call an innovation hub. The innovation hub creates new innovations from a whole range of students we have. These are very intelligent students who come to the University of Zimbabwe especially. So the innovations that they generate attract a window of opportunity for investors. People who need solutions from industry, they come and take some of those innovations, invest in them, and that can lift their companies. In communities, we are working with communities to identify new innovations, which we then have students work on those innovations so that we can uplift to the next level what these communities are trying to do as business. So what the summary of it is that we are seeding industries and we are seeding businesses. So we invite you as potential investors to come and then identify those innovations that can also give you a comparative advantage, that can also give you an opportunity to make money. You know, people who make ideas are not exactly the same people who make the business. They can make ideas that you can turn into money. So that's on the part of the startup companies. The last question you asked is about the skills. What we are doing, apart from providing skills to these companies, let me go directly to the students. The university in the new approach are now using what we call modular teaching approach. What the modular teaching says is we're no longer timetabling our teaching and learning as having a lecture. Those that have I know most of you are actually alumni of the university. You have a lecture 8 to 9 and another lecture 3 to 4 or something like that. We're no longer doing that because the person who delivers the lecture can no longer have the time to wait for a 3 to 4 after giving a lecture 8 to 9 and just being seated there to wait for time for a lecture. So what we have done is that we block the time. If you want to take leave from UK and come for 1 month, you can have students at your disposal for that 1 month to teach them. What is important is the planning. If you plan ahead, you have them at your disposal, you teach them, you examine them, and you leave. So that's a very good window. The reason why we've established that is it's not abstract. We are equally exposed to knowing what's happening in the world. That's why we are academics. If a person is building a turbine in Hwange, for example, to get an engineer from Hwange to teach students on an 8 to 9 basis from Hwange is not possible. So what we do is, let's create a window where they can come, block their time and do it as a module. Or get the students to Hwange where the turbines are and camp there for 3 weeks and learn about turbines and electrical engineering. By the time they come from there, they are examined, they are assessed, and their module is done. It's a different approach to learning. And we think that you can actually help us with your skills. Take a holiday, summer holiday, come to university. We give you what we call professors of practice. We have now positions where we employ professors of practice. They come and impart skills and knowledge and leave. We don't need to be employed by the university permanently. If you so wish, that will be a different arrangement. Thank you very much.